So thanks for joining me. I've got Goth GF today. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Hannah. I am vocals and lead guitarist.
Hi, I'm Johnny and I play the bass.
Lovely. So just to get straight into things, how long have you guys been a band for?
We've been a band since about, I would say October last year. Not last year, 2 years ago. Oh God, it feels like last year. Fucking hell, we haven't done anything for a whole year.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like the last year's happened.
I know. Technically, we've been together for 1.5 years, but basically we've been active and playing gigs for from about October last year.
Yeah.
That was when our first show was, and then Johnny joined the band in about January.
Yeah. I wasn't original.
Yeah, I started the band with two of my very close friends, Matt from Young KP and Joseph from Middle Class Guilt. They basically just helped me like get the band started, and then we got Johnny and Nikki involved as full-time members. And yeah, full super
really
with those guys. It's not weird. It wasn't like they got kicked out or anything.
Yeah, obviously, like it's good to have a close-knit group of friends around you to support the musical project.
Nothing would have happened without those guys, so I'm very, very grateful.
That's very good. So obviously you have a very specific niche that I generally haven't seen any bands in, particularly the Scottish scene do, let's say. Probably more widespread in the UK scene, there's not a lot of it. So how would you actually describe your whole aesthetic and mantra as a band?
Oh my God. Well, it's like, I feel like everything to do with Goth Girlfriend is just like, it's built around the idea of just fucking doing it. Because, like,
no constraints. Just doing whatever the fuck you want.
I get really, really like pissed off and bored with like the idea that you have to just produce something for like this idea of a like genre that you have.
We're genre fluid.
Yeah, we're genre fluid.
That's it. Hit the nail on the head.
But yeah, like most of the songs and stuff have just come from like hanging out. And you know when you're just hanging out with your pals and you're like getting a bit silly and you're like and then like oh man, wouldn't
that'd be a sick song.
Yeah, you're like, oh, wouldn't that be fun if that was a song? With that, but like the full step further, like where we've actually turned them into songs and got properly like professional recording studios and stuff like that. And I think people respond well to that because the whole point of like the band was started because like I was feeling very left out of the Glasgow music scene because I've been involved with the scene for about maybe like 4 or 5 years now. Lots of my friends are like in bands that are like playing all the time, and I was always super like jealous of that. And I was like not a great guitarist. I mean, I'm still a terrible, terrible guitarist. I'm fucking god awful. I taught myself everything I know, and it's clear. It's very clear that it's all self-taught. But like, I was always like, why do they get to do it and I don't? And then I started working at the Flying Duck, and like I was working gigs every other day and watching these like god awful wee bams just get on stage and just be like, hey, this is a song about my ex-girlfriend that broke up with me when I was in high school. And like, I was like, fuck you, I can do that better than you. So like, that's how we kind of, well, that's how I kind of got started in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have many questions just from that statement. The first one being, obviously, we know Johnny as a guitarist as well. So, has he never tried to teach you anything?
It always ends up, I don't know, with me getting kind of annoyed with you, or you getting kind of annoyed with me, I think.
Yeah.
You're classically trained.
I'm not classically trained. I had guitar lessons since I was like 10.
Formal education, I guess, would be.
Formal education. Went to college.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Johnny's got the whole back to front education on guitar.
And I feel like our like the like, I don't know.
Is it kind of
clash?
No, I think we clash because I'm a classically trained violinist. So I was a violinist in orchestras and fucking string groups and string quartets from the age of about 8 up until the age of about 16. So I was doing all of that shit. So I know all the lingo and all the terms and stuff like that. But then I was like, fuck this, it's boring, and picked up a guitar and just kind of figured it out. So I know all the words and I know the theory, but I don't actually know in practice how to play guitar correctly.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
And I-
actually funny because, like, obviously, you trained in violin, and the style of music that you guys tend to lean towards tends to be more, I guess, on the alternative side, like you said, genre fluid. So I have no doubt you guys are gonna throw a drum machine or a dubstep beat in the
Oh,
mix in the future, but like, it tends to kind of completely divert from classical music, doesn't it?
Yeah, I am a big fan of classical music still, but like it's not what I want to create. I like making stuff that people don't expect, and like I don't know, I just want to be that kind of example where people are like, oh man, wouldn't it be funny if we put these two things together? I wonder if it would work. But like no one ever really does that. No one, well, I don't know if that's why I say no one,
Oh,
because obviously people do it, but
I
just
do
no one.
think
yeah, like I feel like people are always like, oh man, it'd be so much fun. Like I just think you got to lead by example and just be like, I'm not afraid of making a complete fool of myself. So like you guys can also make fools of yourself and do better than I can.
just not conforming to, I guess, genre standards is the main get go I'm getting
I
from you
definitely.
guys. Yeah. I like that. So, well, on that topic anyway, like, if you were to try and describe even not just your sound in general, but just the sound of the music you've put out already, how would you describe it to someone who's never listened to your band and doesn't involve horses?
Doom punk.
Yeah, we generally go by doom punk because
The two genres we normally like.
they're like kind of our
influence from.
fixations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like we like doing kind of like fast punky songs, but like with brutal like guitar tones and like breakdowns and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because I feel like there's a bit of that missing in punk, at least from what I can see. It's all very much like here's a 2-minute song, and I love that shit. I really do. But like I was into doom for like about 10 years pretty much exclusively. So like I would get up my fucking bus to school and listen to like 2 songs, and that would be it. Oh, sorry, my bus journey would be like 40 minutes. That was the joke. I missed that bit out. But I don't know. I just love doing it.
Yeah. Clean bass tones suck. You need to put it through a distortion pedal.
Yeah, and I like making things that are heavy.
Yeah.
I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun making things that are heavy.
Yeah.
Like, especially like midway through Horse Girl or something after like the country bit, when everyone was like, oh, yeehaw, that was a bit of fun. And then we're just like,
That's brilliant. It really is. So, like, obviously, with that being said, who would you describe as your kind of main musical influences?
Mm.
If you were to just kind of, choose a handful of artists or individuals where you just like, wow, they really, even if it's just people that made you want to do music rather than the
oh,
kind of music you're writing.
yeah, definitely. So like bands that made like me want to do music and stuff, I would say, have you heard of like Baby Godzilla, or they turned into like Heck?
I'm afraid it's a little bit out of my knowledge.
But yeah, it's fine. They weren't huge, like but
They're Scottish, aren't they?
well, no, a couple of them are Scottish,
yeah.
I think. But anyway, I watched them several times when I was like growing up in my teenage years, and like gigs were like my bread and butter. I've seen thousands and thousands and thousands of gigs. Like these guys always stood out as like my favorite thing, and it was just because it was absolute chaos. Like I remember I saw them in the Lead Mill in Sheffield once, and they went on top of the bar and started like kicking over pints and like leaping into the audience from the bar stage and stuff like that. And like just they would smash their guitars up and stuff like that and just go crazy. And I just remember watching them and thinking like, holy shit. I wish that was me.
I mean, like another influence of ours would be like Gouge Away.
Oh, Gouge Away, definitely.
That's like one of the bands me and Hannah like kind of like bonded over.
Definitely.
So we were like both into like kind of like hardcore, but different kinds of hardcore.
Yeah.
And like that was like the medium, like the like in the middle.
Yeah, because I really like my classic hardcore, and like I don't like hardcore with clean vocals, really.
Yeah.
if I may be so bold, I think I can hit the nail on the head. You like hardcore that's actually for the riffs and stuff. Johnny likes hardcore that makes him cry.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I do.
Johnny is our token emo, so
Yeah.
Resident emo boy of Goth
he
GF.
is. He's a resident emo.
So that begs the question: who's the resident goth?
It's actually Nikki.
It's actually Nikki. Yeah, fuck being a goth man.
Cringe.
Well, that kind of leads into like why we're called Goth Girlfriend though. Like, because I know you wanted to like ask about like the name origin and stuff, but like I've always been pretty like fluid with my identity and like dressing in different like ways and all that kind of stuff. Like I identify as like non-binary, so I like to like I really enjoy just like experimenting and trying new things. But for some reason, people still drive past me and yell goth out the window no matter what I look like.
You
So-
could be literally running around with joggies on. You could be on a
Literally.
jog and someone still call you a goth.
I remember one time I went out to a bar and it was a quiz night, and it like there were some Glaswegian drag queens that were hosting it, and I was wearing like a green dress and I just had no makeup on, and it was literally just a green dress, just looking like I did. And I walked across to the bar and they went, "Yes, Wednesday Addams, work!" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" It just follows me like the plague, man. I can't escape this identity. So I was like, fuck it, we're going to be called Goth Girlfriend.
It's not a phase, mom. It's who I am.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But I was like, fuck it, we'll
That's
be Goth
great.
Girlfriend and we're going to be everything you don't expect us to be.
So, like, I'm assuming that's obviously a question you guys get a lot. Why Goth GF? Obviously, we know with all the social media trends and stuff of the past few years that it has been a very common phrase, let's say.
Yeah.
So, would you say that's probably helped you guys a little bit with branding or marketing, maybe?
Definitely.
Yeah.
They always get fucking followers.
We
They're
get
like e-girls and e-boys.
Yeah, my favorite thing that we get is there'll be some like wee young e-girls or something like that, and they'll be like, "Oh, going out to town today with my bae," and then they'll be at Goth Girlfriend and they'll tag us, like, you know, when like they're making their aesthetic posts and stuff, and we'll be like, "We're not a meme page. We're like a legitimate band."
You're not a meme page yet. To be
I
fair,
mean,
I've seen your social media content. And you guys are definitely comedians. I would say you do your thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, we definitely like to have fun with it. That's the whole point of it.
Mhm.
Like, I just think that you've got to have fun if you're not that good at guitar, because you got to put on a show. No one's gonna come and pay to see me badly play guitar in front of a room full of 6 people. Like, I think.
No, let's talk about the cape.
Yeah, the cape.
Yeah, let's talk about the cape. So, how many capes do you have for playing gigs then?
I think I've got 3 capes.
Three?
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. Think you're gonna upgrade your
Absolutely,
collection?
I'm gonna upgrade.
We're all
my
gonna
cape.
get capes.
Yeah, I'm working on getting the boys some capes, because currently it's just me, and it was just the Halloween costume that I repurposed for a first gig. I just thought it'd be fun if it was like a little like staple for the band, is that like I wear a cape when I'm on stage. So it was just like this long velvet one, and then my friend Jin, my very 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 good friend Jin, who designed the actual Goth Girlfriend logo and has done a lot of the photography for us. He actually handmade me my second cape, which is the bat cape. Yeah, so like that's the one that like lifts up and gives me like a bat shape whenever I raise my arms up. That's like great.
Yeah,
But
one's
it's
really
got a
good.
bit damaged in transit, so I need to get it repaired. And I think
Yeah, maybe that just adds to the whole vibe. A bit rough around the edges.
mate, I think I need to be able to play guitar with it though.
That is very
All
true.
over my head.
Mm.
What kind of cape do you want, Johnny?
I don't know. Biggest cape I can wear.
Quite a long one. You're
Yeah.
quite a tall boy.
Yeah.
You are, I think you're probably about 5'11".
Yeah. Something like
Maybe that,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I am.
You're gonna look like Lestat with a vampire
Like who?
cape on. Do you know Lestat from Interview with a Vampire?
I've never seen it.
It's really good.
Oh
You
my
Yeah.
god.
would look like the stat.
Nice.
It's Tom Cruise, but not like you've ever seen him.
Is he a vampire?
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise, but he's actually good at acting for once.
Weird.
He tries. He actually tries. Fucking fast
Yeah.
film. You'd be just
Wow,
that.
you really need to get him on that. Maybe, like, do you guys draw any like influences from like movies and stuff like that for your visual identity? Maybe anything like that.
I think it helps that I've got an art degree for that.
100%, yeah. I can imagine that might help with artwork.
Just a little bit. I've got an art degree, and my final degree piece. Actually, I started Goth Girlfriend as part of my final year degree stuff.
Mhm.
It was because I was doing my degree final show on like homemade types of blood. I just realized what that fucking sounds like.
Actually, I think I was at that show when you turned up, and were we not playing actually? The
Yeah,
Terror.
I booked you for a
Yeah.
show.
That's right. Yeah. You
Oh my
turned up
God,
and you were
yeah.
covered in fake blood.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, it's got loads of fake blood. That's
Walking
cool.
through the fucking middle of Glasgow, head to toe covered in bright red blood. People were taking pictures. They were like, "What the fuck is this bitch up to?"
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. No, go.
no, I definitely think Goth GF's more than just a band. For you guys, it seems like a core part of your identity at this point. Would you say that's pretty accurate,
Yeah.
or maybe it's the other way around? Maybe your
It's like-
identity just bleeds into it a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely like being like an artist or a musician.
Yeah,
It's
it's not just like a band. It's definitely like
An extension.
it's an extension of whatever we want to do, and
Yeah.
then whatever we want to do. It helps having the band as its like structure and stuff. I definitely couldn't do this by myself. Like the boys are like 100% the reason why like this is still happening. Like I need these guys to, I don't know, just like
Foundation.
yeah, to be like the strong foundation for like the fun that we do. Because it's fun doing these kind of things together. But like if I was just a terrible musician on stage,
Mhm.
no one's gonna like it. And if I don't know, if it was just you playing the bass part.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think all together we make it work, and it like everyone who's involved with Goth Girlfriend really brings their own thing to it. And like, although I'm the face of it, it's definitely more than just my thing. Definitely.
Oh yeah, that's obviously really cool, collaborating and stuff. Have you ever thought about like kind of making it like larger than just a music project? Like I don't know, I really think you guys could pull off like a musical horror movie or something. Just something really
I would love to
thematic.
do something like that.
Mhm.
I was thinking actually because we did the Green Day cover last week. I was thinking of that musical that Green Day did. What was it? Bullet in a Bible? Or is that what they did?
American Idiot.
Yeah, it was American Idiot.
American Idiot musical. Oh no, Bullet in a Bible was their live album, I think. But yeah, like I just love that kind of like going across different artistic mediums. Because hell yeah, I've always actually, you know, the middle bit in Horse Girl, Tears of a Cowboy. So I wrote that several months before the band was even conceived. And that was because me and my friend Will were writing a country musical for fun. And like this was just our favorite thing to sing. So I was like, oh, the musical's not happening because Will was like moving back down south. So I just took the little Tears of a Cowboy, threw it in the middle of that. But like the foundations are there to make it into like a stage play or something like that.
Mhm.
I would love that.
That
Yeah,
sounds
and like we also joke about, because obviously like we're dead close with the Bleeders.
The Bleeders are so good.
We're gonna like do like a one-off show where it's gonna be Goth Girlfriend and the Bleeders.
Yeah.
And we all play different instruments.
We haven't told them this yet, but they're gonna be down, I'm sure.
Maybe link them this when it goes up, and they can find out themselves. Just like, guys, skip to like 17 minutes 10. I don't actually know it, but
Hey,
you know what I mean.
Bleeders. Now, what we were gonna do with them was we were gonna start a hardcore band.
All right, okay.
Where it was gonna be like you playing guitar, I think, with Jackson playing guitar. I'll just do vocals, and we'll have 2 drummers or some shit.
2 percussionists.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
they're being called drummers anymore. They are really getting a bit filled for their bit. They're
Oh, yeah,
multi-percussionists now.
Percussionist, yes. But yeah, it'll be the ultimate fuck you to the rest of the scene because there's enough to struggle to get drummers, and we have 2.
Oh, you just hurt me right where it hurts.
Laugh and deter.
Oh, right, yeah. We've had some great luck as well, eh? So obviously I've just got a couple more things I want to talk about, and then we'll wrap up. Really great talk. It's obviously really nice to get an insight into a completely different form of creativity. It's really refreshing to see. And not a lot of bands in our scene are doing the things you guys are doing. I really quickly would like to mention the fact you just got on the Guardians playlist. Do you want
Yeah,
to
we
quickly
did.
just drop a line about that?
Mate, that was just like the most random thing in the world. We were just chilling at home, and I was looking on our like Spotify stats just because I do that like every few days or something to see if we've become huge yet. And I was like, wait a minute, we've got like an 800% increase in activity. And then we like looked at it and basically saw that we'd been included in like the Guardian's top songs of 2020, and we were like, ha 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 ha, that's fun, cool, whatever. Thinking it was just some dude making like a title for his like playlist and obviously had a few followers. But no, we went on the actual playlist, fucking blue tick and all, like Guardian. So if anyone's listening to this who's part of the Guardian or like one of you chose us, cheers, mate. Like solid. You did me a solid.
I think you guys have been like pretty good in general, just pushing your music and stuff out there. Also, you guys got reviewed by The Skinny. That's
Yes,
that's pretty huge. That was for your EP.
That was the first kind of like recognition we got, I think, which was a pretty big fucking recognition to get first time.
And again, that just kind of happened by chance. Like, we were playing a broadcast, and that was like our best gig we've ever played. And then the editor, she just happened to be at the gig and was like, "Yo, I want to do a review for you guys."
Yeah, because we like mentioned at the end of our set, we'd be like, "We've got music coming out." It was like, what was it? What was it? May the 4th or April the 4th?
Yeah, it was like one of the last gigs we played for a long.
No, I mean when we were releasing it.
It was like April time or something.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we were on top fucking form that gig though. That was literally like 2 days after we just finished recording Spooky Bitch EP. So we'd all like played the songs 100 times together and like fucking nailed it, and we're like, this is great, yes, we've recorded it. And we just heard it back for the first time and we were like, yeah, we fucking rock. So like we went on stage and we just had the greatest gig ever. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
We were playing with the Vignettes, which I actually used to live with Hamish, the lead singer from the Vignettes. Shout out Hamish, hi, go check them out. And Italia 90, who are like a London punk band, like
communist.
Oh well, we're communists too, so it's fine. But yeah, like it was just a really great gig. Had a lot of fun.
Like it was perfect, yeah.
Yeah, just perfect, yeah.
You guys must be missing gigs as much as everybody else who plays music right now. It's a real experience.
I can't deal with it, man.
You guys have done some online stuff though, also during that time. I remember seeing you thought you wrote Goth GF backwards, but it was actually the right way around for the stream. So when you mentioned it wasn't the right way around, everybody was like, really?
So it was actually the wrong way around the first time we did it, but the organizers, without telling us, managed to like swap it around. So we thought it was still like in all the test streams, it was all the wrong way around, and we were like laughing about it. And I was like, haha, I've just spray painted Goth GF on the wall and it says Gatog for everyone else that was reading it. But no, the organizers flipped it. So when we actually like read it out and we were like, hi guys, we're Gatog, everyone was like, oh.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's really good. What?
If you guys were to choose a dream tour or lineup, right now, it could be small bands or it could be like someone that's absolutely massive. It could be anybody, literally anybody. Who would you?
I think I would really like to play a show with Frank Carter.
Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, or
yeah,
because
I've seen them and I remember watching him. It was like many years ago, and I remember thinking, one day I'm going to be a better performer than you. He was killing it, so good on stage, and I was genuinely super impressed with like the stage presence, the way he commanded the audience. And like that, I remember watching him and thinking, I'm gonna do better than you one day. You just watch. I'd love to play a gig with them so we can like do better than them.
Maybe a whole tour and you can just contest it the entire
Yeah.
tour.
Whoever
Yeah,
gets the most votes after the show gets to headline the next show.
I
sure
personally
they'd
would
be
like
up
to
for it.
play with the Kobe. I feel like we've got like very kind of similar energy to them,
The
but like
Kobe.
in like different way. Like they're obviously a bit more like kind of like pop rock. I feel like
It's
a
Scottish
lot of us
band.
good, yeah, Scottish local band, but also like kind of chaotic. I think would be a
Yeah,
I think-
definitely.
yeah.
I can imagine that would be absolutely exhausting for the audience. The amount of pits and stuff that would open. Hamish is absolutely insane on guitar. Like you
He
watch
is
his
a very
guitar
good guitarist.
covers, and he's just moshing while he's sitting down. I'm like, that is the energy.
Yeah, I don't know how he plays things correctly while moving that much. I fucking can't.
He's got his style.
He
Yeah,
does definitely. He's definitely. They have their style. Like even Janine, she's very good singer.
yeah.
Knows how to command an audience.
That's like the main thing. I genuinely like if there's any young aspiring musicians listening, you don't have to have any musical talent to be a good performer. You just gotta fucking own it. Like honestly. Like seriously, who's gonna wanna fucking pay to watch some like wee person just sit with a guitar and be like, oh yes, it's a well played thing. Like cool.
Is
I'll
that
watch a
not
YouTube video for that.
is that not what Bob Dylan fans still do?
Oh.
I'm kidding. I have a lot of respect for Bob Dylan and what he's done for music, but essentially at this point, he's just very chilled out, man.
I think there's nothing wrong with that kind of vibe. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean just more like the goal shouldn't be to be able to play things perfectly. The goal should be you being sat in front of an audience and being comfortable with like fucking up or like doing things right. Because like I remember one time I started having a panic attack before I went on stage and I played like the breakdown and intro just on in the wrong key, like completely the wrong key. And Johnny just looked at me and was just like pointing at the right like fret on the guitar. He's like, play this fret. And I was like, oh shit. But like it's fine. Like I remember like having nightmares about all these things when I was younger before I'd ever played on stage and just being like, that's it, that'll be the end of my life. I'll never be able to recover from it. But like doing those things, you just walk off stage and you're like, I fucked up a bit. And that's it. That's the rest
That
of
is
the emotion.
literally the whole mantra. I think a lot of people do genuinely get lost in the whole professionalism of performing and they forget that above all else, creating, you're supposed to have fun and enjoy it. Like it's an extension of yourself and you can't be too serious all the time. Like there's times when you should be serious, but yeah, definitely like just have fun, enjoy yourself,
Hey.
and
I
I
mean,
think
yeah, if
you guys do that perfectly.
you want to be able to like know that like if you go on stage you can do something that people are gonna like really respond to and you're gonna be like proud of, but like it's also not a big deal if you don't do that. And like once you kind of get that in your head, you lose a lot of fear about expressing yourself. But I fully know that there's gonna be some people looking at like the videos that we put on Instagram going, wow, that's fucking cringe. But like there's also gonna be a bunch of we Scottish guys being like, man, that looks like fun. I might do that with my friends. And then that's fucking great. That means I've made some people be more creative. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
like
fuck you guys.
I guess like getting any reaction is better than no reaction at all, obviously. So even if people are like cringe and stuff, they're still gonna reply you.
That is true.
Living rent free in their head, whether we like it or not.
That's what we're here to do.
Well, honestly, thank you for coming on doing this, guys. This has been a really, really interesting chat because I know I'm going to be interviewing a variety of bands in the kind of, and again, quote unquote, alt scene because it's such a broad umbrella that I can't even begin to nail it down to one.
I know, what is
style.
alternative anymore, man?
Exactly. That's the thing. Alternative sometimes isn't even alternative. It's just a line people throw to market, I think. So
I
I think,
agree.
yeah, just do what you enjoy, and you guys really have a bright future ahead of you if you keep going for.
I
You
hope
do,
so, man.
honestly, if you keep going forward with the stuff you guys are doing now and just experimenting the way you have, I'd really love to see that horror movie happen. Like, I'll at Netflix see if we can get some funding. They just cancelled Sabrina, so they've got a little bit of spooky Goth GF budget to go around.
I know, but they've already released a fucking TV show called Horse Girl, man. What's next?
BoJack Horse Girl spin-off, maybe.
Oh,
it could be you guys.
I'll get an animator involved.
I mean, yeah, you're doing animation now, so
I am doing animation now.
You never know. Actually, do you want to just to wrap things up? Do you want to just shout out your socials and feel free to plug your art account as well? That's also cool.
Cool. So guys, if you want to check out all of our music, we're on Spotify and every other major streaming platform. It's Goth GF, not Goth Girlfriend. That's a completely different artist. So like, don't get any lawyers involved with that as well. And our Instagram is Goth GF Band, and our Facebook is, I think you just type in Goth GF. Probably easier if you fucking find it from the other social media. There's a few Goth GF pages out there.
Yours is the one with the deathcore looking logo?
Yeah, we're the one with the... I would say it's more black metal-y, but yeah.
Yeah, that kind of niche. I'm not well versed in that style at all, so I just look at it and I think, is this deathcore?
I actually did my dissertation in Norwegian black metal, so...
Oh, nice. Well, thank you so much for coming on and for the chat.
No problem. It's been a pleasure, Jamie. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.